Oh, he's pulling a Sean.
What? One time. One time I don't have my headset on.
Welcome to the second edition of November
10th.
It's November 10. Wake the fuck up.
I know,
Jesus.
I forgot. I don't know.
It's like you're on vacation for 2 weeks.
But my name is Paul.
Oh, and I'm Sean.
And I'm Jeff.
And I'm Rob.
All right.
Rob's a dude like us.
Second
visiting
edition. Second edition of the with our guest Rob tonight.
And Rob brought a bottle of red titties from Red Titty Irish whiskey.
Nice.
Fantastic. I didn't know it was called Red. Oh, Red Breast.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
I tell you.
Red Titty.
Titties and whiskey.
Yeah, this is one that I've been looking at to get, and I didn't pull the trigger because I wanted to taste it first, and now I have, and I think
Whoa. That's a hard music stop.
that was a harsh.
Wow. Damn, just
Wow.
pull it out.
Yeah.
Tip and all.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that.
Anyway, I think this is on the list to get. I smell some vanillas in this.
And thank you for bringing that.
I think it tastes great.
I smell some vanilla.
It's
Very good.
extremely smooth. It's 12 years.
12 years. Think about what you were doing 12 years ago.
I was doing this.
God
No,
damn.
you weren't.
That was, I don't know, man. It's
Extremely smooth.
Right?
very
Yeah.
smooth. It's very easy.
Yes.
And it's made out of spices and fruits.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or does it just smell that way?
No, that's what it says on there.
So what's the proof on this? I don't think I know you guys
It's
were talking
it's
about
80. It's 80.
80
even?
proof. Yeah.
The
All right.
Redbreast Iberian series celebrates our long-lasting, standing, unique association with the Iberian Peninsula.
it. Is this the
I don't know where that's
Iberian
at.
series? Is that the one you brought, Rob?
I'm hoping.
Let's see the bottle. Scroll down.
Scroll down a little bit, Mr. Producer. And there you go. Well, is it
Single
the
pot
PX?
still? Yeah.
Oh, that looks a little different. It's
Well, it
sherry
is single pot.
hogsheads.
Oh, that's sherry cast.
That might be
finished.
something that Paul hunted. I don't know, but
Yeah, I typically hunt hodgeheads.
Hodge.
Hogheads? What did it say? What did it say?
hogheads. It looked.
Oh,
Look
hoghead.
like,
All right, my
no,
bad.
not that one either.
That's the small
That's the
batch.
12-year. That's 15-year-old. There you go. 12-year.
There we go. That's it.
Yeah, that's
There
it.
is.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
There
I think
it
with
is.
a name like Redbreast, it's got to be good.
Yeah, it's got to be. And it is.
It's combination of fruit and spice notes. It doesn't mean it was made out of fruit
Exactly.
and
That's my
spices.
point. Notes.
Well, you know what? I read it on the bottle,
Wow.
so take turns kissing my ass.
Oh, this
Wow.
is an entry level for Redbreast.
Wow.
It comes at a
okay.
relatively
Wait, are
high
you,
price
you-
point.
Did you just say that Rob's
See,
booze
I
Bob was entry
know,
level?
No, I didn't say that. I
That's
said
what
what
the
he said.
bottle
con.
was
That's
the-
what the con says. There's
that's what the
pros
con
and
says.
cons on this website, and it says although it's an entry level bottle,
comes at a
it
relatively
comes
high
at a relatively high price point.
Well,
Okay.
price is
in
no
the
object with you
Redbreast
guys
line.
here.
There we
Yeah,
So.
go.
that's right.
Price is no
It's an
object.
entry level bottle in the Redbreast line, which means the Redbreast line, the bar is set pretty high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we can only go up from here then.
That's right.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well,
And given that this is the affluent dudes like us, we can afford anything we want to drink. I think.
That's why we tried to keep the bourbon under $30 for a long time.
This is what we do. We go to Total Wine and we look at all the ones that are like $80, and we're like, oh, someday we'll be able to afford that.
We'll splurge.
Yeah, when we have what do you call it? Sponsors.
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's
I think Paul's goal is to get Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig. I almost bought it. Where was I when I saw Whistle Pig? I was in Arkansas.
You're in Tennessee.
Walmart.
Tennessee. That's
'Cause you
right.
sent a
I
picture
was in
and I was-
Nashville.
Yeah.
I was in Nashville to watch the Titans beat the shit out of the Chiefs. How about that? Ooh, 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 ooh.
I'm
Fuckers.
sorry. I
That's
couldn't-
racist.
I'm
I
so
couldn't-
tired of their
Were they-
little
Sound like a dick was in your
tomahawk
mouth.
chop crap. And the Braves. And then I'm watching the World Series with the Astros and the Braves, and every 5 seconds.
Well, Trump was doing that. You saw the video where Trump was doing that, right?
Do what?
Trump was doing the hatchet.
Yes, he was. I hate him now.
You liberal.
Well, no, I just like the Astros.
You like AOC.
I like cheaters.
Oh.
So the Braves. I didn't
Birds of a feather.
You know what? Outside of that Trump video of him doing that, I didn't even know the World Series was going on.
I watched it.
I'm so detached from baseball right now. I was a huge baseball fan.
Yeah.
growing up because I grew up in Cincinnati with the
I
big,
stopped
big
after
red
they
machine.
went on strike, which was a long time ago.
With Johnny Bench, Pete Rose, Joe
Johnny
Morgan.
Bench.
That was a long time
Where did
ago.
that name come
That
from?
was the big red machine. Well, he was a catcher for the Cincinnati Reds.
That was a
Dave
long time ago.
Concepcion,
The manager?
George Foster. Well, Pete Rose, he was the manager for the Reds, and that's when he got himself in trouble, right? He got banned from baseball because he was gambling.
Yeah, but with the big red machine, it was Sparky
Anderson.
Oh, look at these old baseball fans here.
Yeah, so
dredging up some old baseball history.
Yeah, I was big into the
Robbie Rob on the
Reds.
ticket.
And then I even through college because they won the World Series in 1990. That was the last time they were really good. And when I moved here to Texas, that was before the internet. You just lose sight of anything outside of Dallas before the internet. And I just completely lost touch and lost focus on baseball, and I really haven't picked it back up.
Yeah, that was back when Mickey Mantle won and Babe Ruth won
the Triple Crown or something.
And the triple, yeah.
It wasn't quite that long ago.
Okay. Yeah, I might have been off a couple.
Was it Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle?
Well, the big red machine was 75, 76.
Babe Ruth was on
77.
third. Mickey Mantle was on second, I think.
Yeah. Did you know Cincinnati Reds are the oldest baseball team?
Oh.
Yes.
And you know how they used to honor that? They don't do it anymore.
They used to honor it.
They used
by
to be.
turning...
They used to be the team that would have the very first baseball.
The Red
game every
Legs,
year.
they called themselves.
For years and years and years and years until TV got involved. I don't think even into the 2000s. I'm not sure when it stopped, but the Cincinnati Reds always had the first baseball game of the season.
To honor them as the first.
They're the very first baseball team formed.
Or the oldest
in
team
1866.
existing.
Yeah.
Why? Stupid question, but why? What's the Reds?
Atlanta
They're
Braves.
used to call the Red Stockings. They'd wear red socks. They were called the Red Stockings, and they just shortened it to Reds.
Right.
And the Boston Red Sox came along.
Yeah.
That's kind of redundant.
Well, it was Cincinnati Red Sox. And then it was Boston Red Sox.
Yeah,
they're called the Red Stockings.
They don't have anything to do with each other.
Yeah.
I know, but that seems kind of weird. I thought it was maybe named after a bird or something like the Cardinals.
No, the Red
Well, Atlanta
Stockings.
and Boston, it used to be Boston Braves before Atlanta, so they're interrelated to some degree.
Now, did they moved though?
Same with the Dodgers.
Right. The team moved.
Yeah,
okay.
the Dodgers, Brooklyn
Dodgers moved to L.A.
Right.
So the Browns moved to Baltimore.
Overnight.
Became the Ravens.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah, they did it overnight. It was a very underhanded
hold on.
deal.
Who was the owner
saying-
then? You remember the owner's name?
No.
Cincinnati Reds
Art
was the
Modell.
first
Right.
baseball team?
Mhm.
Hold
Modell
on.
Sports.
Who was the owner?
Art Modell.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
So I think, wasn't there like a three-way tie for
With
the franchise names that came out? I mean, because they
I
have
don't know
like,
about that.
they got Chicago Cubs, Atlanta Braves, and Cincinnati Reds. They all came out in 1876.
Well,
In terms of the first teams, the very first league.
Well, the current the franchise, yeah.
they've always said Cincinnati is the oldest baseball team out
Well,
there.
the professional team founded in 1866. So
that is insane.
But I guess it was a Major League Baseball franchise. Didn't start till 10 years later.
Right. So the Reds were 18. Yeah. What is the oldest Major League Baseball team? The Cincinnati Red Stockings.
There you go.
The first professional baseball club. And what's it say there? 69?
All right. 60. But hold on.
1869?
You're missing the point though. So Major League Baseball didn't come about until 1876.
Well, it said there that 1869, the Cincinnati Red Stockings became America's first professional baseball club.
Yeah, professional, but not a Major League Baseball.
Well, no, they're the oldest professional
and it's
baseball
not in 1869. It was in 1868. 1866.
So this side is correct or your side is correct?
Well, mine.
Doesn't matter.
Let's
They're
imagine.
the oldest.
Let's imagine that you took a team from the 1870s.
And the Red Sox.
And you put them on a field today.
But I mean,
it'd be a bloodbath.
Would they win?
It'd be a bloodbath. Because I bet you they hadn't invented curveballs or sinkers or.
Well, the pitchers
what
were
do you
probably.
think? What do you think?
Well, the pitchers were probably throwing 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour back then.
Right.
Fastballs.
I don't know.
Which
how
would
would
be
we
easy
know?
to hit now, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they didn't have radars back then, so how do you know?
I bet you there were a few guys that could probably throw some 80, 90 slingers out there
But did-
back then,
but-
but you'd
but-
never know because
but
they
they
didn't
had-
have the
but did they
speedometer or the
perfect-
whatever that laser.
Yeah, but did they perfect all the different pitches, right? Change ups and curves and sinkers and
I have no idea.
sliders and.
Well, I imagine
Do you think
the
when
evolution
do you
of the
think all
ball
that
itself
stuff-
I
changed.
doubt it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
too.
what I was thinking. The
Yeah.
ball was probably different too. What
Yeah.
it was supposedly softer, like back when Babe Ruth
And,
played
and a little
everything, even,
bigger,
right?
and a little bigger. The threads were fatter, and
Was the
they're-
ball bigger? I don't know.
It's
And
softball.
here's another
They
factoid.
never changed the
The
size
Major League
of the
Baseball
ball.
they have to send their baseballs to Texas before they could become official. They have to something about the red sand in Mahanahan's.
No, there's
They
one.
stopped doing that.
There's one guy who supplied the mud for
There you
all
go.
the baseballs. He's not in Texas, I don't think.
Well, that was the story. Monahan's, Texas. That's where they got the red dirt.
It could be, yeah. It's one guy who goes down to the river and digs out in a secret place. He digs out dirt,
What?
and the Major League
Yeah.
Baseball buys hundreds and hundreds of pounds of this from one guy, and they sit there and they make
For real? For now? Now
Yeah.
this happens
yes,
now.
Yeah.
correct,
And they
and
muddy
they
up
make
the,
what?
the balls.
and they muddy up the balls.
It's to give it texture it's to give it uniform texture so that they can use it for the curveballs, corkscrews.
And
So
there's
you're
one
s-
guy that does it.
So
Scoops
you're
mud
saying
out
the
of a river.
balls that you buy at Academy, if that's the
They haven't been treated.
Correct.
so before pitchers, Major League Baseball pitchers get them, they are treated with this red sand,
Correct. Dirt.
Yeah.
It's mud.
Red mud.
dirt, mud.
It's mud.
That is insane.
And we don't know from what river, like the.
Well, we know what
the
river. We
Brazos
don't
Red
know
River.
where on the river. I
The
don't
Red
think,
River.
I don't know if it's in Texas or not
I'm pretty
Oh.
sure it is.
because I just saw a
So
story
this guy,
about this guy.
this one guy,
It's been passed down
I hadn't
family to
heard that.
family
And
member to
ma-
family
and he
member.
maybe
makes
we
a
can-
fortune.
Maybe we
It's
can buy in on
multi-billion
this.
dollar business that embraces advanced technology and cherishes the precision Major League Baseball would prefer. Hold on. It says the Delaware
What?
River.
Oh wow!
Oh, that changes everything.
Up north.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I didn't think it was in Texas.
well, that the Monahans had a big old sign on there that says, "Hey, we rub our Major League Baseballs here." Not really, but
That was
that's
false
what I
advertising.
understood.
Here we go. Mudmaker, the man behind MLB's essential secret sauce.
Yep.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
you see the difference?
I do. One's kind of grimy.
Yeah. Every single baseball that they
Wow.
use in their games gets treated with it.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, the EPA
Yeah. See, it's
is
in the
getting them in trouble.
it's the Delaware River, and they showed a video, and they was like, we don't know where this was taken, but they showed him he was on the banks, shoveling this into bags, dirt. Just one.
It
dude.
would make sense that it would be from Delaware because it's in the Northeast. But
Well, that's where baseball really started up in
yeah.
in that region.
Well,
Well,
Ohio
anyways.
considers itself the Midwest, doesn't it? Or-
Cincinnati. Yeah, it is
With their
Midwest.
chili and everything.
How would you want to be this guy? So this is what it says. This always does the trick. It prevents anyone from exploring what he's actually doing, which he's done for decades, which his father did before him and his grandfather before him. He is collecting the mud that is used to treat every single regulation Major League Baseball, roughly 240,000.
Yeah,
It's got to
per
be a lot of
season.
mud.
Wow. How would you like to be that guy? That's all you do is
that's all you do. Dig mud.
and make millions.
Oh boy.
Seems like they could follow him,
Oh.
or the drones
Or
or
someone
something. They'll
could.
find out
So
where
now
he's
that the
going.
story's out there, you know
Why do you
people
have
are going to be
you
following
have to-
him.
Why do you have to be so big government, big brother, Rob? Why do you have to infringe on this guy's big secret? Look at you. You want to follow him? You want to use drones?
So the thing's
Well,
going to come
I didn't
down
say
to
I wanted to
Kill his
follow him. I
family.
didn't think somebody will.
What's wrong
so,
with you?
what's going to happen now? Someone's going to figure out where
Rape
he's
his
at,
dog.
and they're going to go, "Well, you don't own that land. That's
Yeah,
that's
right.
indigenous people
Eat his
land."
chickens.
Yeah, you're stealing the soil from Indians.
Yes.
Mm.
Probably
Shithole.
just as well. Nobody knows where it is.
Probably
right?
steal his
Yeah.
front yard garden
Yeah.
gnomes.
Yeah, let's not follow this guy. I say we just let him be.
Well, it says he uses it for his pot plants.
Oh, he does? Sure.
take
I
this
like this
mug and I
mud,
put
and I
it on
put it
my
on my
pot
pot
plants.
plants.
I
They
take
grow
I
this
don't-
mud and I put it on my pot for my plants.
Does he mean potted plants or
No,
I think
pot
pot,
plants.
as in,
Yeah, so this
He's
guy's
growing marijuana.
this
huh?
guy's a freaking distributor.
As in
Oh,
Gans.
now the drones get involved.
Yeah, there,
there you
yeah,
go.
the plot thickens.
Yeah.
It actually says
Anyway.
that. I take this mud and I put it on my pot plants. They grow like trees.
He should have said potted.
This always does the trick. It prevents anyone from exploring what it's actually doing, which is what which he's done for decades. It's what his father did, his grandfather did. Blintiff is collecting the mud that is used to treat every single
Every single ball.
or $250,000 almost
I know.
per season. That's ridiculous.
Per season. That's crazy.
Wow.
Well, that was actually an cool little tidbit there.
It's a little thicker than chocolate pudding.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds good right now. Chocolate pudding.
I haven't had chocolate pudding in so long.
Now,
Me
who
neither.
does the rubbing
I
of the
chocolate
balls?
pudding.
MLB
that
does.
one guy.
Who rubs the pudding on the
No.
balls?
Does he?
He-
I don't
he's-
think he
he-
rubs all the
He has
balls.
to. He's
Does
got
he?
to handle every single one of the
Oh
balls.
yeah, he's got to manhandle them.
Yeah, he's a ball handler.
Dude,
It only takes a tiny dab.
you got that much? Man, really? I'm thinking that they
Well, it says
probably
equipment
have.
managers rub it on before every game.
Oh,
So the
damn
equipment
it.
managers are in on the
Oh,
gig.
so all
So
they,
they have
do
a
is
bag of this.
yeah, all he does is provide
Bag
the
of the
bag
dirt.
of dirt. That's dumb.
Yeah. Hey, it's a living.
Yeah. No, he's got it figured out.
He's out.
He's
in
got
nature.
it cornered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
mean,
how-
really, you got to think. There's all kinds of things. What is it? People for luck. You can't change a tradition like that.
Right.
If you
No,
change the
baseball's
dynamics.
very tradition based.
Yeah. So this guy's got it. This is his little.
So this guy
it's his
epitaph.
family, the whole family.
right. So
Generations.
this guy has a son, right? And he explains to his son when he's 6 years old, your whole life is going to be digging mud
Yeah.
and
He says-
making a
Pretty much.
lot of money doing it.
You don't.
And then what if he has a second son? Sorry, you're not. You're
What
not.
if he doesn't
Or
have a son?
or
What
a
if he has a
daughter.
girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
girl
a
could dig a
daughter. I
mud.
didn't even think about a daughter.
Softballs.
He's going to have to keep
Yeah.
going until he gets
Oh,
a son.
she's gonna love
Girls
mudding
can't
up
do
those
that.
balls. She's like, Dad, I am.
Oh,
it's kind of
really?
like it's kind of like
really?
on Saturday Night Live. It's like,
God.
I'm the best of cork soaker.
That was a good one.
She's
Yeah, but they just kept doing it.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I have with SNL skits. They have one punchline, and they just use it over and over and over.
oh, it
again.
was hilarious though. Hey, my friend Bobby over there, he's quite the cork sucker.
It's like
He's a soaker. He's the best cork soaker
well, it's
I've
just
ever known.
like back in the day when they had Sofa King.
Sofa King.
Sofa King.
Yeah. So, Sofa King.
So, Paul and the Sofa King Ball Blues. So, I honestly, there is something. I know. I just said the Monahans, the Red River, blah blah blah.
Maybe they
Texas
did. Maybe
baseballs.
Maybe they did college.
Man, I don't know what it was, but they were. I guess maybe it was an alternative or something. I don't know, but that's what they had it. Because remember, I would travel back and forth, and it was a big deal. Hey, man, we've got baseballs here. Rub with this rub sand, but I guess they were just full of shit.
Maybe it was the National League versus the American League.
Well, they have
I don't know.
240,000 balls. Maybe they're the leftovers that they would sell.
Maybe.
What do they do with all those? That's in 4 years. You have 1 million baseballs. Where do those go?
Ah, you're so good with math. That's amazing. How
Well,
you
what-
know.
what's
quite
the
a million.
environmental impact with that?
The environmental. I don't
Yeah,
know.
what's the
Environmental
half?
impact.
What's the
Well,
half
What's
life?
the carbon footprint?
Yeah, no shit. Do these things ever biodegrade?
No, man, they're made in China.
It's like golf balls.
It's
How
leather,
many
isn't
golf balls
Are
do we
they
put in
made
the
in
water?
China?
They've got everything's fucking.
No,
made
they're
in
not.
China.
They're not made
No,
in China. They're
God,
made
I
in.
hope
they're,
not.
they're made in like the Caribbean or something, or some island
Well,
that they're
what
made in.
are-
Are they?
Bangladesh.
Are they?
The baseballs, the
Is it
Major League
leather?
Baseballs.
It's
Why
made
would
out of
they be
leather,
named the
isn't it?
Caribbean?
They're
That
like a
makes no
golf ball.
sense.
They've got a core in there, and then there's a rubber core. Then it's got the string that's
Or
wrapped
cork
up and
or something,
over,
yeah.
over and over,
Right.
over and over. Then they wrap that with some sort of.
It's leather, isn't it?
or It's
It is
well,
leather.
ultimately, but what
It's leather.
It's elk skin.
around the baseball?
Correct.
Well, yeah. So, but I mean, I'm talking about inside the baseball.
yeah, it's-
I'll
it's
be
like a
damned.
cork.
He's right. Look at Rob.
Yeah, see,
Major
look
League
at that.
Baseballs are assembled at the Rawlings factory in Costa Rica.
We
Costa
could go there
Rica.
on vacation and tour it.
Yeah. There you go. You did that or you can?
No, I'm saying maybe we can.
Oh, well, shit, yeah. We'll do the Bourbon Trail, then we'll go to Costa Rica.
We could see the caravan coming up.
I like where this is going.
Oh, yeah, the caravan. Hey, are you guys going to America? We're just going to walk through the border? Oh,
Here you go.
okay.
Here's a couple T-shirts.
Can we
Wear
swim
this.
with
Yeah,
you
wear
or
this.
what?
Joe
Little-
Biden. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Let's go, Brandon.
yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Oh hell, I tell you what. I mean, look, they got to do the shit right. If I were to If I had the money, I would buy thousands and thousands of shirts, and I would go to Mexico and I'd hit those
Sell 'em
caravans and I'd give them away. Everybody
Oh.
that's fucking walking north,
And it would say dudes like
get a
us.
T-shirt. Dudes like us, let's go, Brandon.
Let's
Let's go, Brandon. Dudes like us on the sleeve. Right.
Seriously,
Well, I tell you
This
what.
is a free pass if you wear this shirt.
hey, man, just
I don't know. But this Let's Go Brandon thing has gone nuts.
yeah, it's
Big
really
time.
off the
gone,
charts.
It's gone. I mean, like it grew faster after the Let's Go Brandon thing.
Rob, do you know where Let's Go Brandon came from?
No.
So there was there was a
It was
race.
NASCAR.
There was a
NASCAR.
NASCAR, and there's a race driver, and his name's Brandon.
Brandon.
I don't know his last name, but
I don't know his last name.
there was someone interviewing him, and in the background they were saying, "Fuck Joe Biden, fuck Joe," and she thought that they were saying, "Let's go, Brandon."
No, she didn't think that, or he did. I don't know.
No, the reporter did.
the reporter
reporter-
didn't think that. The reporter covered. It was obvious that they were saying
Well,
"fuck Joe Biden,"
she
and
made
so
it
they
known.
mocked that reporter ruthlessly for saying, "Oh, they're saying let's go, Brandon."
Well, that's my
Right.
point.
She
I
tried to
think
clean
she
it up a
sincerely
little bit.
believed it.
I don't think she did. I think she's an idiot. I think she.
Well,
Maybe
correct.
both.
I think she was a liberal putz, and she didn't want to admit the truth, and people were mocking her for that. And after Let's Go Brandon, it went crazy.
I truly wish my son was still in football because his name is Brandon. And I could put up the biggest sign that says "Let's
Yeah.
go,
Let's
Brandon."
go, Brandon.
I'd be yelling it. And people would probably give me shit. I'd be like, "That's my son's name."
That's my son.
You mean I can't root for my son? What am I supposed to say?
So, but some pilots have gotten themselves into hot water because they
Oh,
said
yeah.
it.
Well,
Said it.
supposedly,
No, not
No, they said
the
it.
supposedly.
Southwest they came out
said it.
and they said, "Let's go Braves."
Let's go Braves.
That's what that came out. That
No.
someone on the plane
Well,
said,
prove
what,
it.
Who's her name? What's her name?
That's the reporter, Stavist.
She's so full of it.
Kelly Stavast.
Misheard. See, it still remains unclear, it says. So they're
Whatever. You know what?
It's completely
I'll
obvious.
tell you what. Here's the thing. If you listen to the chant, I mean, if you're not really thinking about it, it could say, "Let's go, Brandon." I mean, if you're
Whatever.
not really
Doesn't matter.
listening,
It's irrelevant now.
yeah. But if it's still,
It's a thing now.
So
It's a thing now.
fucking funny to where it's like everywhere. The kids are joining in. People got T-shirts. It is. I mean, who gets credit for that?
It is an acceptable. That's what's funny. It's an acceptable way to voice your displeasure with the
Even
president.
on the Congress floor, the Senate floor.
Yeah.
One of the I
Even
don't know
Des-
who it was.
Even
Absolutely.
DeSantis said the Brandon White House during a press conference.
This is great.
And Joe
he
is so
chuckled.
stupid. He has no idea. He's
Oh, he knows. I
Does he?
guarantee he knows.
oh, he doesn't care.
He doesn't
just
know what's
he
going
goes up
on
to the
anyway.
microphone. He goes, "Hey, guess what? Do you know what? Guess what?
Just farted.
I don't care.
I just
Oh.
farted.
Pull my finger. That's a hemorrhoid.
Okay, so we have to talk about the fart. That's a real thing.
I haven't heard this.
Okay, this
So
is
he
what
gets
happened.
up there and farts
So he goes out to Europe for this stupid climate.
and shits on himself. Has to change his
Climate
clothes.
That's what
Summit.
the Post. He apparently craps his pants when he's talking to the Pope.
Are you kidding me? What are you talking
He was in
about?
front of the Pope.
What do you mean he crapped his pants in front of the Pope?
Yes, that was
Well,
the
they had
other
an
one.
emergency diaper
Here,
change.
are you paraphrasing?
No, he apparently crapped his pants when he was visiting with the Pope.
What
Was
are
it
you-
like
why are you saying
involuntary?
That? That's a
That was on
true
the
story?
news.
Like literally crapped his pants.
That's what they said. Yes,
Well, how did that
So
not make the
it's-
news? I didn't
it
see
did.
that.
I saw it in the news.
Okay, I'm just talking about the fart that he let out when he was with
So search
the
Joe
Duchess-
Biden
There might be two
poops
separate
and
incidents.
the
Yeah.
Joe
So
Biden.
sharding and farting.
Joe Biden poops with the Pope. It's ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
Pope.
What is happening? We
Whether it's true or not, it's out there,
oh,
and people.
my God.
Joe Biden poops with Pope.
Oh. So there was the meeting with Pope Francis leaves a strong impression on Biden.
Oppression or impression?
Impression. Here's everything I learned about Catholicism.
Here's the headline: Did Biden poop his pants in Rome? Are you kidding me?
What did it say? Another president?
Shut up!
A visibly moved President Joe Biden on Sunday took
Oh
the
my God! They fact checked it.
Well,
It says it's false.
What? Who is this? Snopes? Snopes is owned by CNN, I believe.
Yeah.
So take that with a grain of salt.
Oh my God.
So again, holy shit.
Here's a graphic saying I pooped my pants, and the Pope is saying, "Holy shit." That's funny. That's funny.
Again, it made the news, whether it happened or not.
Okay.
No one
anyway.
will probably ever know except the people that were right there.
Anyway, so let's move on to the fart. So he apparently
did Biden fart in front of the Duchess? Oh, it says the Duchess of Cornwall.
Yeah, that's her. That's her. Camilla.
That's
yes.
What's his name's wife?
Yes.
Whoever spread the rumor was the one who laid the boomer.
Prince Charles.
It was
Right?
Prince Charles.
Prince Charles's wife, right? The Duchess of what'd you say? Duchess of something.
All right,
Cornwall.
so Snopes identifies this as unproven.
What, the fart?
Yeah.
No,
An anonymous
no.
source told Daily Mail that U.S. President Biden farted during his meeting with the Duchess of Cornwall, despite headlines claiming that Camilla Parker Bowles can't stop talking about it. The Duchess has offered no public comments on the matter.
Of course not.
It should also be noted that this rumor started as a series of unfounded claims regarding presidential farts.
Oh my God. Whatever.
From Snopes.
I believe it's true.
It's got to be true.
I don't think him pooping himself in front of the Pope is true.
No.
But I do believe that he farted.
Or he has.
We all do.
So it says Duchess Cornwall can't stop talking about Joe Biden farting in front of her.
God.
She said it went on forever.
Mr. Producer, see if you can find the
I'm not
YouTube
kidding.
video
That's the quote.
of Laura Ingraham.
He probably just like it's good to be king.
Yeah. No, please. He's like, oh God, where's my pudding?
Yeah, Laura, Laura.
What time is it? Oh,
I need my pudding.
he has
Ingram,
no idea where he is or what he's doing.
Ingraham. Looks like Ingraham.
There it is. Top one.
And say
Ingraham.
Biden fart. I want to see the clip.
The clip that you
Because
saw?
it's hysterical.
Okay, yeah, let's watch it.
And no, it's not real,
Right.
but there it is right there. That one right there.
No, this is
This is May 27th.
Raymond or your.
Well, he's on the lower.
flatulence.
Oh, okay. All right. Do we have sound?
I don't know, but it was just funny. I mean, it was admittedly it was dubbed in, but it was the fact that it was on Fox.
On mainstream.
Yeah, and they
Well,
were
we'll
laughing.
find it. Hold
about
on, we're doing this.
and they were
right.
laughing so hard, and it was classic. And they're just standing there smiling at each other.
All right, which one
shaking.
was this? Look.
All right, well, get the date.
Well, it looked just like that one where they were dual screen.
You'll have to get the date. Go back and put in the date or look at the dates of the search result.
Yeah, this is it.
Stories behind the headlines, and for that we turn to the author of The Spider Who Saved Christmas, Raymond Arroyo, Fox News contributor as well. Raymond, Biden has apparently caused another stink abroad, I understand.
Well, Laura, Trump lowered emissions during his tenure, and if you believe the latest reports, Joe Biden has increased his. The Independent reports that the Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla Parker Bowles, conversed with Mr. Biden on Monday evening. It has been claimed that Camilla was surprised to hear the U.S. president break wind in an emission audible enough to make the Duchess blush. Now, Laura, you got to go some to make Bowles blush, okay? But according to the New York Post, the presidential flatulence was long and loud. Here he is with Camilla's husband, Prince Charles.
Thank No. This was so juvenile. Even for you in this segment. That was the most juvenile thing of a lot of juvenile things we have ever done on radio.
He looks like Pee Wee Herman.
That's a good moment.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny.
Good times.
I believe it's real to be. No, not the sound that they piped in, but I believe it really happened, and I believe that the Duchess was really commenting on it. I do
Right.
believe it.
So
Anyway.
the video showed in the background was Prince Charles was shaking Biden's hand while we were hysterically laughing. That was funny.
Yeah, they were just smiling at each other.
Yeah. Yes. Farting away. That was great.
Oh, good times.
So what about this? What about like Sesame Street and the vaccines?
Oh yeah,
Did you guys hear
Yeah,
about
Big Bird.
that?
Big Bird
Big
got the
Bird
vaccine.
jumping in on this.
and Elmo.
I want to bring up a correlation here. So you got Aaron Rodgers, who's being doxxed because he, quote unquote, didn't tell the complete truth about his vaccine. He says, "I've been immunized."
Right.
Right.
All right.
He was
So
kind of vague about it. Didn't tell the whole truth.
So
right?
it didn't lie, but and what about Terry Bradshaw? Just thought, to make it being an ignorant idiot about ivermectin, saying, "Oh, he's taking horse dewormer," and thinking that that's going to make him better. And it's just like
Terry Bradshaw did that?
Oh,
Terry
yeah.
Bradshaw
And
did.
so
it.
he's just regurgitating talking points from CNN.
Was that Terry
Complete
Bradshaw
ass.
or was that
It's Terry Bradshaw.
was that
Come
Jimmy
on.
Johnson?
It was Terry Bradshaw. Jimmy Johnson may have done it as well. I didn't see that.
And these guys are regurgitating talking points.
It
They have
was ridiculous.
no freaking. They are not qualified to talk about what exactly ivermectin does.
And the thing is, they started showing all these posts of the 70s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, where you have all these children's shows. And that's where they started coming up with Sesame Street, where they were saying, well, Big Bird's promoting getting booster shots and things like that, which I get a certain point of it, but, so what? It was even one point they had a Star Wars. They had C-3PO and R2-D2, and C-3PO was going, "Don't forget to be immunized." It was just like,
Unbelievable.
but it is immunized. I mean, isn't that what Aaron
That's
Rodgers
what
did?
Rodgers said to him.
So I don't know. I am sick of this shit. And even the Fifth Court of Appeals,
Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Yeah.
and Joe Biden's going to go ahead and just tell us, we're going to ignore that. I'd like to get a little bit more information about that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, it basically shot down the mandate from OSHA, which effectively stopped it. Right. Saying
Yeah.
it's dead.
It should.
And no, are they going to appeal it? I'm sure. But
Yeah, but what did you say? You said Biden said ignore that.
Yeah, Biden administration is telling the companies ignore the ruling.
Unbelievable.
As
No, you can't
the
do that.
directive that
we-
you need to be vaccinated.
Right.
Correct.
But we live in a country with rules and laws, and if a judge said that law is unconstitutional or whatever, then
So what's going to happen if they ignore that law? What happens to them?
Who's they?
Just these companies.
they're talking about passing legislation that makes it really the fines are like hefty.
Well, that's part of the bill they're trying to pass right now.
Right.
It's a ridiculous amount of money.
It's gonna put companies out-
$140,000,
It's gonna put
$150,000
companies out of business.
violation.
per violation per week.
Yeah, doesn't it make you stop and wonder why are they making such a big push for this?
They're trying to keep. They're beating us down, man.
Like really, what is the motivation behind this? Like if they really believed in it and it was like such a no-brainer, why such the heavy-handedness, man? I'm telling you, there's something wonky going on with this whole thing. That's my take. Something doesn't
To me, it's
something
all
doesn't
about
smell
money.
right.
It's all about money. In fact, they were even what's his name from Microsoft, Bill Gates, in 2018, 2019. I think it was December of 2019. He put out a tweet that said, "Hey, look, if you guys are interested in making money or something, where it's at is going to be in vaccines." Coming up really soon, it's going to be the vaccines as the big money maker. And he was in one of his campaigns, one of his business philosophy meetings. I don't know what the fuck it was. And sure enough, boom, here we are. So I don't think it has anything to do with them shoving markers in our body to
Right.
I think it's all
ID us,
money.
To track us or whatever.
Dude, they don't give a fuck about us. All they want to do is slap some protein on a stick and shove it in our bodies and charge us $30-$40 for it. That's all they give a fuck about. It's all about the money.
Right.
That's it. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. You
Meaning
know,
it, yeah, but is it like effective? Does it really do what it's supposed to?
no. I mean, well, that's all relative to opinion because based on the data, no. There may be a slight advantage of actually taking the vaccine, but when you research the whole table, no.
Yeah.
Not even a fart in the wind.
Yeah, they've showed that.
It's almost like climate change.
They've showed the studies I've seen. It doesn't. It does not give you any better coverage in terms of length of time, like protected from the virus, than natural immunity.
In fact, they were even suggesting that the folks that have received the vaccine are more susceptible of getting COVID than the folks that don't have the vaccine.
But they don't get it as bad, is what they've been saying.
Yeah, but how
And
do you
how
know?
do they know that? Yeah,
How
how
do
do
you
they
know?
know that? Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing's crazy.
Considering
we have talked about the
80%
vaccine.
of the folks that get it are atypical and don't even have.
More
I mean,
than
it's
that.
just
More than that.
it's a way to control. It's a way to get money. That's really the bottom line.
I think it's money, and I think it's a way. You talked about it, control, right?
Well,
So think about it. For decades, they've wanted to have the power to push an ideology, and that ideology is climate change. That ideology is gun control. That ideology is a utopian society with
Open borders.
the open borders, one world government. I mean, they've been pushing this ideology for a long time, but the apparatus in place does not allow them to do that. They cannot get the power. They can't get the power to do it. They don't have the central government authority to do it. So along comes COVID, and man, they've got the power now.
Well, they do because it's a state of emergency.
And they're licking their chops. They're like, if we can keep this power, we're going to extend it to all the other things that we want to do that we have not been able to do. Climate change, all those things I've been talking about. Look what Biden said. Biden told the CDC, look into gun control. So CDC is noodling on calling gun control a health crisis.
Gun control.
Gun control, right? So they're calling gun violence. The CDC is calling gun violence in the United States a health crisis, and so now that gives them the power to regulate guns.
What about people getting stabbed? Are we going to start regulating steak knives?
They just had that guy over in, was it Paris, who killed like 10 people?
Yep.
The knife?
Well, what do you think England did? England took all the way the guns, and then they started having stabbings, so they just said you can't carry a knife that's longer than 3 inches. So yes, the answer is yes. They're going to keep going in this delusional keep evil people from hurting other people.
You're going to have these guys that are going to be the masters of paper cuts, and they're going to walk around with this paper,
two-inch knife.
Yep.
The large piece of construction paper,
Yep.
They're like the 3-foot ones. And
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah,
And then
they're
if you can cut
thick.
And if you can cut somebody 1,000 times, you'll kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With a paper.
It's gonna be fast.
and throw salt on it.
I mean, seriously, it's crazy.
Lemon juice.
I honestly, I think this is why they're holding on to that. I think that to me, it explains the heavy-handed response to COVID.
It explains ignorance.
Because look what's happening in Australia.
Oh
yeah,
God.
they're revolting.
I mean,
Yeah, and you're not hearing shit about that.
talk about totalitarianism, like out of the blue. It happened with COVID, bam. And now they're like, the prime minister even said, don't plan on this changing anytime soon.
Right.
I'm like, I'm telling you, these are idealistic, utopian crazies, radicals.
So, well, yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know. The hard part is that nobody knows, or some people know. It's just
so George Soros
who's planting these seeds. And it's there was an interview with Joe Biden where he was talking about, if I could just run the country and not be president, that'd be ideal. Do you remember one of the interviews he did with
meaning a dictator?
I guess, but what he was saying is that I would be so much more effective if I was able to run the country not being president
With all the rules.
Yeah, well, the day-to-day
the checks
shit
and
that
balances.
he had to do. So he was kind of like,
That's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
if I could just get someone in there where I could just tell them what to do, and then they,
Yeah.
I'd be able to make everything right. And that's basically what's going on right now.
That's right.
I mean, he's going around the world right now, making all these speeches, and
Yeah.
people are praising him. And I'll tell you what, I really respect. This is gonna sound crazy coming from me, but I respect Obama. He is such a fantastic speaker.
Yeah, he is.
He can convince anybody.
Yeah, that's how
anything.
he became president.
He's a great talker, man.
A completely unqualified man became president of the United States for 2 terms because simply he is amazingly eloquent, articulate speaker.
I know how to talk. He can talk. He does. He speaks so good. You listen to him, you're like, all right, I'm on board.
Yep.
Because everything he says makes sense, and it does make sense until you start
Thinking about it.
screwing down those screws harder and locking those nuts. And
As soon as your eyes stop spinning.
Once you start squeezing down the components of whatever he's trying to push, you realize things aren't very square.
Right.
This isn't right. And it's just he's full of shit.
Totally.
Absolutely, and it's embarrassing.
Did you hear about
going around doing his freaking campaign of apologies for the United States for being United.
God, I don't want to relive that.
You.
Did you hear about his flub?
I don't know what he said, but I saw the headline.
He had a huge flub. So I guess he's in Great Britain, and you might want to look this up, Mr. Producer, but he was in Great Britain, Obama was, and he was talking, I guess, to either the Scottish people, the English people, or the Irish people, or all the above. And he attributed, like, you know what I mean? He said I can't remember exactly what he said, but he
references a COP26 speech calling UK Emerald Isles.
Yes, which is right, and they're not the Emerald Isles. The Emerald Isles are like Ireland, not Scotland.
Right.
And then Shakespeare, the bard.
Yes, he said your bard is Shakespeare, and it's like that's not their bard; it's the other. Totally.
He referred to the location as the Emerald Isles, and then to William Shakespeare as the bard. Neither of which is correct in Scotland.
Yeah.
So whoever wrote that speech is getting their ass kicked right now.
Oh,
Because he didn't write it.
Oh, he didn't write it. He has. Yeah, please.
He proofread it.
He
He
doesn't
probably
write-
should have caught it.
He doesn't write shit.
But whoever that speechwriter is in a
He's done.
world of hurt.
Yep, he's done.
Yeah.
Got
It said he
fired.
thinks he's in Ireland during the speech.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they jumped all over this. And keep in mind also that there's hypersensitivity in Great Britain, right? Scotland, Ireland, England, not the same. Like, not all grouped. They call it Great Britain, but there's a hypersensitivity about Scottish, Irish being their own.
More than that, there's been wars.
Wars.
and
That's what I'm
fights.
saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Mhm.
There's been wars, to fight all that stuff. And yeah, I mean it's not a trivial thing.
Hold on.
Yes. So Jeff just left the table.
Jeff leaves the
What?
table.
What?
All right. He finished his fucking drink like a long time ago. He comes
I
upstairs.
think everyone's done except Rob.
Don't stop. You show. Oh, look, Jeff's son shows up, Mr. Steven.
Oh, there he is.
Look at him. Da 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 da. All right, well, this is a good deal. So Jeff goes out and he
returns.
Well, no, he drinks his fucking drink before everybody.
I thought he was going to the bathroom.
I thought he was going
yeah,
back.
that's what I
I
thought.
had the lightest pour.
Oh,
Okay.
you're
Oh,
so
a
full of
sip.
shit.
God.
Anyways,
Okay,
he comes back.
We're not playing the victim.
He brings a bottle of. You know what? Look, in retrospect, it's a nice early time suburban whiskey,
That's good shit.
bottled in bond,
It's really
100 proof, and you never. I'll tell you, years and years ago, I want to say 20 plus years ago, I was bartending, and this was the fucking not the 100 proof one,
Okay.
but regular,
Yeah.
right.
and well bourbon, and now it's
Well, the bottle and bond is really, really good.
It's good.
Well,
It's really, really good. It's $20.
Paul
for,
has
for
a
a liter.
I have
he has a
$20?
carafe.
I have
Wow.
what you
He's
would call
got a look at hold yours up, Rob. Hold your drink up. He's got a carafe as well.
Oh my God.
That's That's what
I
you get when
already had
Sean
I drank
pours
most
it.
of mine.
That's when
Yeah,
Sean pours it.
so
That's what you get.
This is 100 proof, which this is not the same thing as what we've been
not
drinking.
quite.
So yeah, we have to.
Paul's a very high functioning
We have
alcoholic.
to.
He's
We have
fine.
to. Great. We have to take it easy here. So
This is one of the
let's-
favorites
all right,
as
so
well.
here you go. Let's sample it.
It was good.
This is one of the favorites. A $20 liter. So this is not a $7.50. This is a liter.
got a
This is
burn.
on the recommended list,
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh,
to
yeah,
speak.
absolutely.
Oh, yes.
You should
Good.
always have this in your cabinet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
You really should. It's solid.
$20.
And it's got a nice burn, but
It
such-
does.
It's super
tasty,
solid.
So tasty.
It goes with everything. You
Have
can have it,
have you tried it
with,
yet?
on the
There we
rocks.
go.
You can
You
have it
tried
with Coke, and it's super solid for the price. And it's been around forever.
It's
Got a lot of
It's
taste.
pretty smooth though.
Yeah.
It is.
It's not
good
not
stuff,
bitey,
man.
so to
It's
speak.
very rich.
I mean, surprisingly, and that's why we wanted this. Why we do the podcast. We talk about the stuff like this. It's very unique. This is a very economical bottle.
Oh, yeah.
I'd buy it. I suggest it.
But-
this bottle is $20.
$20.
Ish.
Really?
$20. But
That was before Biden, slowed down.
right. So Total Wine, when they get it, it goes extremely fast. So if you see it, buy it. So if you see it, buy it. Liquor King had about 8 bottles of it last
Liquor
week.
King. Where is that?
That is on 121, just past. Is it Alma?
Yeah. No, not that quite that far. You know the Harvey
I was
Harvey.
trying to think of a
Harley
a
Davidson.
female
Harley-
anatomy that was
Oh,
named
yeah.
King.
What-
Yeah.
on-
Harvey?
You said-
Oh God,
You said
this,
the
Harley.
Harvey Weinstein
this is
store.
hitting me already.
Yeah, Harley Davidson store on 121.
Right.
It's in that strip center right next to it. So
Okay.
Liquor King had like 8 bottles of it last weekend. So again, 20,
And you're already halfway through it.
20 to yeah, we've had it for a while though, but because we have so many out there. But it's one that we pull out when Sean needs more.
What?
So,
When
really?
and you
Well,
recognize
there's other bottles too.
in the middle
Sometimes
of the
we do
podcast, you
Rebel
were like,
Yell.
"Oh, Sean needs more."
yeah.
wrong with you?
You dumb son of a bitch! What does he want to fucking glop? What? He's pointing at the producer saying, "Hey, bring him some cookies."
So
And the
on the
producer's
shelf,
like,
on the shelf behind Mr. Producer is 3 boxes of Girl Scout cookies, and I'm pointing at them, and he brings the water bottle that's right
"You
in front of him.
son
Well,
of
you-
a
you
bitch!"
probably need
There are
both.
I don't need
3
no
empty
damn
Girl
water.
Scout boxes.
I don't need no damn water.
There
I
are
need
3
Girl Scout cookies.
empty
Oh.
boxes of
Is that all
Girl
that's
Scout
left?
cookies. Girl Scout cookies.
You're a bitch. Sean
Yep.
Paul just deep throated them.
Stop. Stop,
Yeah.
guys.
Huh?
You're a really good penman.
Is that?
We wouldn't know. We've never had them before.
I like the peanut butter ones.
If there's empty
So
boxes,
good.
if the boxes are empty, throw them away.
What are the ones that the maca, the coconut chocolate?
Samoans.
Yeah, those are
caramel
good
The
as well.
Samoans.
Yeah.
Samoans.
Yes,
Yeah, those are fantastic.
those are my favorite.
Can
Can you talk right now?
the
Inhale
level
really
of
big.
disappointment that I have right now, staring. Why would you keep the boxes there?
I
It looks
know.
like they're full, and then when you ask for a cookie, there's no cookie in the box.
Well, there were 2 of them, but I ate them. Yeah,
You suck.
There was
That
one
just
in each
happened.
box.
that
or-
just happened.
Yeah. Jeez. I think the
Stop.
Bottle and Bond is. We're going to get thrown out of this establishment. I know it. Last time you had Bottle and Bond, you got us thrown out of a bar.
Was that the Evan Williams?
That was the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
Oh my God! So Rob, we went and saw Midway.
This was what, 2 years ago?
Wow.
Midway, the movie Midway, right?
Yeah.
And so we're on the way there, and I'm in the back seat, and we're doing the juvenile thing. Oh, make us some drinks, and he buys 100 proof Evan Williams white label bottled in bond, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And so I'm in the back seat making bourbon and cokes.
Well,
for
this is
them.
before we got into the bourbon scene, and
Yeah,
we were all
we were
on.
interested in getting fucked up.
We were all we the only thing we drank was 80 proof. Well, this is 100 proof, and Paul mixed the drinks as if it was 80 proof.
Okay, I'm making drinks like I normally
Whatever.
do. Time out. Meanwhile, we're going down the road, and I'm
hold on.
bouncing around.
There's more to it. There's more to it. So we have a large bottle of bourbon, regardless what it is, and we buy 3 bottles of Coca-Cola, and we dump out half the bottle of Coca-Cola, and Paul fills
Ooh.
the Coca-Cola the rest of the way with bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we
Butterproof bourbon.
Smart.
Butterproof bourbon. And then we
You had Smuggler's Delight, didn't you?
Well, hold on.
Jeff volunteers every single time. I don't know why, but he keisters all three of them.
Right.
Okay. Well, first
All three.
off,
The girth was.
we're bouncing down the street and the bourbon's spilling all over my crotch. And I swear to you, osmosis was involved here.
It's
It
very
was getting
again,
absorbed into my groin.
It has nothing with osmosis. Had everything to do with it.
So by the time we walk into the theater, I'm already feeling what we had poured. But
Because you butt looged it.
Oh
Is that
my
because it went
God.
into your crotch?
Yeah.
It was
So
awful.
so during the movie,
It was awful.
Paul passes out, and then there's a really
I was
No,
loud.
hold on.
There's
There's
a
more
real-
to it.
I
Before
was
he passed
sleepy.
out,
I
he
was
was
sleepy.
extremely animated.
No, I wasn't.
He gets up in high steps and Heil Hitler.
You lying.
You high
sack
step
of
march
shit.
across.
Shut up.
Oh.
I could never
Have
be
you seen
that
Midway?
drunk.
It's
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Not even Germans, you dumbasses. It's Japanese,
You're
and we
just
were
like
fighting.
it's World War II. It's good.
Whatever.
You're close enough.
I
right
did.
era.
I did.
Paul
I'm not gonna lie. I did fall asleep because it had
loaded.
been a long day the day before. I worked 14 hours.
Oh, here come the excuses.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I fell
14
asleep.
hours.
I fell asleep. I did though. I
trimmed
fell
my
asleep, and then I
fingernails
woke
that
up
morning.
during this intense scene, and I was like, "Yeah,
No, you're like,
kill the Japs!"
fuck yeah.
No, I did
And
not.
that
Yes,
was
you
the last
did.
sentence
First
you
off,
uttered.
I would never curse.
Yep.
That would never
Anyway.
happen.
Well, you just got smited.
And then he had these goggles on to help him with his hearing.
No, he's got
Goggles?
this.
What the
It's not
hell?
goggles. It's this thing that fits in the drink.
Oh my God! It's
Cup
a closed
holder?
caption device.
It's a closed caption device that fits in the cup holder.
What's
and
wrong
you
with you
extend it
guys?
out.
It's got their goggles.
Yeah, you're like goggles. Oh,
Fits
it's
in the
a
cup
device,
holder.
a machine. It's a closed caption device.
No, it's a goggle. It's like you look like through a VR, and it's
Oh
got
my
like closed
God.
caption on the
Yeah,
bottom.
that's what I'm envisioning. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
so
Paul
he-
has
he's-
these
he-
weird looking
you got this
glasses on.
special
No,
Olympian
I'm not
right
wearing.
here.
No. Time out. I'm not wearing anything.
They're in the cup holder somehow?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not. I'm not wearing anything. It is a box.
Yeah,
that
but he
I-
has to zoom
Would
into it.
you-
Like
would
this is
you-
the cup holder. He's like,
Would you be quiet?
What
he has to
the
stare
heck?
into it.
Would you be quiet?
It was
quiet.
like a
Oh my God.
up Periscope.
It's like a
or something
periscope.
like
Thank
that.
you. But
Okay.
it's
Thank you, Rob.
But it's like like a foot and a half away from me, and it fits in.
Oh,
the,
there he is. Look right there. Look right there.
There we
Yeah.
go. That's what it is. Good lord.
But he's reading it out loud.
No, I was not. Shut up. You are lying left and right
And he was
here.
doing the accents and
Oh my
everything.
God.
Let's see time.
Why are we doing German?
In the Japanese sub, they were speaking German. Were they?
Yeah.
you must.
You guys are idiots.
It could all go back to that bourbon.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So
There
anyway,
we go.
after the movie, we decide to go to a local establishment.
We decided to go drink
yes,
after
to go drink
we just
more.
did.
Instead of
Nothing but
recreationally,
drink.
you did some hard drinking afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we're sitting at the bar, and
Yeah.
we're talking about politics.
Yeah, we're talking about something, and all of a
Politics.
sudden, Paul starts acting normal, where he can't hear,
And he gets very loud.
and the bartender comes up and says, "Hey, the bartender comes up to Jeff and I. He's like, "Hey, your friend, your friend needs to be quiet because otherwise we're gonna have to ask you guys to leave."
So we were just having an animated political conversation, and I was very loud, apparently.
He was very loud. And I guess maybe
and
his
so,
batteries
and so,
were wearing
and so
out. I don't know
people
what
people
it was.
complained.
People complained, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
It was normal for us. We didn't think anything
So
of it.
what I turn around and I look at the bartender. I was like, well, he's deaf. He can't hear. So that's the reason why he's talking loud.
And he's like, oh, free drinks.
And Paul, I can tell. Look at Paul's face. He's kind of like, and part of him hates me for saying it, but at the same time, he's like, opportunity.
Yeah.
So I started saying, "I'm deaf."
No, you didn't say it.
He
but-
started sign languaging.
Sign languaging.
Yes.
Is that a word?
Yeah,
Languaging.
it's like salad tossing.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, that was a fun night.
Anyway, so they dragged me out of
Sounds
there.
like it.
They dragged me out of there before I got thrown out. So
It was one of those nights where you did. We weren't expecting to get drunk at Midway. First of all,
No,
I mean, because we were trying to honestly, we were trying to reproduce a moment that we had in Nacogdoches when we went to go see a football game. Jeff Sun was playing football, and we had bought a bottle of a 750 milliliter bottle of Jack Daniels, and I bought.
No, it was Evan Williams. That's
Well,
why
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We were buying. We bought.
it was the regular Evan
We
Williams.
bought a bottle
the
of bourbon,
regular.
and we bought 2 liters of not 2-liter bottle of Coke, but a liter bottle. And I ended up splicing the bottles, and we smuggled them into the game, and we had a fantastic time. It was the perfect buzz. The Coke and bourbon wasn't overwhelming.
Right.
It was when the very first pull was like, oh my god, this is stronger than Balzac. It's off the charts. And then you're like, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
This is pretty good. By the end of the game, we're just like, this is great. And we were trying to reproduce that.
Right.
And
And it went bad.
well,
it didn't go bad, but we had fun.
we,
Still.
we did have fun.
I have not had Evan Williams White Label 100 proof,
but the next
bottled
time,
in bond since.
but the
This is
next time
bottled
we
in
go, and I'm driving, that way Paul can sit behind you and do whatever he did to me, he can do to you.
Oh, he was
well,
groping
there we
you.
go. Don't get me blown up like that. And I
Oh,
won't do
it's my
stupid
fault.
shit.
You needed the dome of safety for that.
There was no dome of safety.
No.
Maybe we're like the
Paul gets very
Rob doesn't
handsy.
even know what the
Yeah.
dome of safety is.
I like to make Sean feel
I,
like
I think of cone of silence. I think of. But
Paul
Yeah.
likes to assert his authority
no,
when he's
no.
His
I like to
manly
make you
authority.
feel uncomfortable.
Is
The
that what it is?
The more you squirm, the more fun it gets. Yes, it's fun.
Well, you're very
Well,
successful.
it's fun
But
until
that's
it's not
only when
fun.
I'm really, really drunk.
And in your tidy whities only.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yes.
That's
yes.
the problem.
No, shut up.
You're wearing your tidy whities
None of this
and
is
you're
true.
coming.
You
you're,
guys are embellished.
and you're
and-
lunging at,
All right,
at
so
Sean.
I guess
I was in a bodysuit.
the big thing is that you guys go
Any-
out
any
and you drink and you
sharded
have
or
fun.
something?
I didn't
That's
shard
what
it.
dudes like us do.
Shark.
He had a brown stripe on his pants.
It's
Oh,
not. It's a safari stripe bodysuit.
It was
Jeez.
yeah.
Anyway, can we move on? Let's not make this about me. I'm
No.
hearing impaired.
there
It's
must
not my
be some
fault.
more cogent topic. I think to,
Well, what topic?
Yeah, there's Midway.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's talk
Well-
about movies because I'm actually excited about several movies that are out.
But I'm excited about any fucking movie being out. So
right. Okay.
There's
so
a bunch
Dune,
of them coming out.
So hold on. Dune is one of them.
Dune's good.
yeah,
Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
yeah, but
Oh,
it's
you
on
did.
HBO.
Yeah.
right.
You have
HBO
HBO,
Max.
right? It's on
I,
HBO
I
Max.
watched it the other night. Fell asleep in the first 5 minutes.
It's good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
So I heard it's really good.
I have no idea what the hell it is.
Did you see the original?
Yeah, with Sting.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. It's good. It wasn't bad.
It's the
slow.
exact same story.
Yeah, of course. It's from based on the book.
Correct. It's the exact same
And
story.
I read the book.
It's a good book. I want to read the book.
It's a good book. It has a very disappointing ending, in my opinion, but it's a
I
good book.
want, well, it's a series. But anyway, I want to read the book. But yeah, Dune was good. I think the main character is a little too pretty.
Impervious. Oh,
maybe
the guy or girl?
the guy. I mean, his hair is always in his
Oh,
face.
right. I got you.
And, you
I
know, and
got
he's
you.
just like, yeah, man.
What's up, dude?
Sorry, Rob. I just want to make
He's
sure.
like a
Did you want a
skater.
beer? Would you like a beer?
No, it's not like that.
No,
but
thanks.
He's just like, you know.
I'll
he's
stick
too
with this
pretty.
for now. Thanks.
He's
Anyway.
like a skater. All right, so that's one movie.
So Dune is good.
Okay, Dune is good.
Recommend.
Okay, oh, so here's another one with Ryan Reynolds and Gal, the girl
Gadot?
from
Yeah. The,
yes,
Gardeau or whatever.
It's called The Red Notice or something like that.
and The Rock.
Yes, that looks good
Right.
too.
That looks
Mhm.
good. That's another good movie.
Correct.
And then there
What is it
is-
called? Hold on.
Red Notice, maybe? Or Red something?
I want to watch that one. I'm excited about that one. And there was several more though. There was
Oh my God!
I
So
wanna
I'm looking at the 2021 worldwide box office.
I want to see the new
Battle-
James Bond.
Battle
Yeah,
at
James
Lake
yes, I heard it's
Changlin.
good. Although, yeah, I heard some things.
About which?
The James Bond.
Okay, so it was James Bond, the Battle at Lake Changlin.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking at Box Office Mojo, 2021 worldwide box office, and they've got a bunch of movies lined up. And I was trying to. You mentioned several movies that aren't even on the list.
So that list sucks then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that.
Yeah, so yes, I would like to watch the final James Bond movie with
What is that name of the
Daniel
movie though?
Craig.
No Time to Die.
Is that
Hold
right?
on. Did you say final James Bond movie?
With Daniel
No,
Craig.
With Daniel Craig.
Right.
Who the fuck's Daniel Craig?
He's James Bond.
James Bond.
Right.
No.
Yes.
Sean Connery's
He's
James
the
Bond.
Oh
actor.
my God.
Sean Connery's dead.
Is he really?
Yes.
When did he die?
I think Roger Moore died
several-
too.
Roger
few
Moore
years
died.
Moore
ago.
died too.
Oh yeah, he died
Yeah.
quite a while ago.
Moonraker, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Roger Moore was my favorite
Roger Moore was
Mine
my
too.
favorite.
James
It was,
Bond.
well,
Mine
he was
too.
my introduction. He was I didn't see Sean. I saw Roger Moore before I saw
Correct.
Sean Connery. So he was kind of like my.
I think he made
introduction to
Moore as well. I'm not 100% on that, but I think Roger Moore when I think James Bond, and then Sean Connery, and
Yeah.
then who was the one before?
Was it Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Why didn't he? Why was he not a success for that? I thought he would be great for James Bond.
Well, I
He
think they
wanted
did-
too much money.
I think they did well the movies.
Only one.
He wanted too
No,
much
he
money.
did like
he did
3
two
or
or
4,
three, I
yeah.
thought. Yeah.
Pierce
did-
Brosnan did.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember there
Well,
being
they
that many.
didn't. They didn't. The spirit of the James Bond isn't for James Bond. It was for the story behind James Bond.
Of course,
James Bond isn't a person. It's the
an agent.
It's the agent. So they want to make sure. But the problem that is coming about now is that they want to change James Bond into a female.
They did.
So that movie came out.
No, at the end of
No.
the movie.
Well, I have a problem with that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, black woman.
I have a
I
problem.
thought that
with
was
that.
still
No,
to
I'm
be
joking.
determined. I thought.
I don't care.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. James Bond is a British dude.
Yeah.
If they want to come out with a female super agent, they can.
Yeah,
Just
make
don't
it
make him James Bond.
make it 008.
Make him make
Right.
it a different
No,
movie.
007's different.
Make it a different movie.
But they've done it.
Well, I'm going to protest.
Well, hold on. They can
I
have
don't
a
think
James
that's a final
Bond. I don't
decision,
know.
though.
This
I'm
is
sorry?
tough.
I don't think that's a final decision, though.
No, I think it. I think.
Well, it's just like Ghostbusters. They
is.
turned into women. It failed.
It was the worst.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
James James Bond.
WNBA,
just
the
like it,
worst.
yeah, just like if you make a Tomb Raider
I'm
movie.
just saying.
If you make a Tomb Raider movie, Lara Croft is a
the
chick,
best.
Right.
right?
right,
You don't make him Larry Croft.
right. A transgender guy.
No, just a dude.
Oh.
It's a chick. It's a girl.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
God.
you don't.
All the
Yeah, you
swap.
changes.
don't-
Hey, look, let's pump
you-
the brakes. Stop.
You don't make
Do you-
her Harrison Ford.
Do
No, you
realize
don't.
Right,
On
right.
I had sent you guys.
What if they made Han Solo, the movie? All of a sudden, it was a girl. Oh well, we have to be fair.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense, really.
Well, James Bond as a girl does.
I know it doesn't make sense. I hate it. But
So
you know,
I will not
that's
see that movie.
That's what's happening with Hollywood. They're injecting
Well,
all
it's
of
gonna
this.
it's gonna fail.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like
that movie-
Ghostbusters failed.
So that movie won't, but the next one will.
Correct.
The one
This
that,
one with Daniel Craig will not. It's the next one where they're gonna go.
Correct.
Maybe we.
Yeah, and they lined it
miscalculated.
up. They lined it up, and they said that the next 007 is, I don't know what her name is.
Call
So-
it something
Black-
else.
The black actress.
With the whole
Call it something else.
female right, the whole sex.
Equality,
equilibrium
all
and-
that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
So, Microsoft comes out with an update this past week.
You showed us this.
All right, and
Yeah, this is great.
it was an update, and it's basically it. I had no idea. I found it by accident. I was trying for some reason when we did the update, it reset my. I write a lot for my job, and it's important that I have double spaces after a period.
Right.
And for some reason, double spacing wasn't happening, so I had to figure out, I fucking do that. I got to go in there and figure out why it's not double spacing. And while I was looking through there, part of the options came up to an inclusiveness option page where they have age bias, cultural bias, ethnic slurs bias, gender bias, gender neutral pronouns, gender specific language, racial bias, and sexual orientation bias.
What does that mean? Bias. So, like, you click on one of these, and it does
You
what?
can't have
So if
her
you-
or him, she, he.
Oh, it's these
Well,
are
what
filters.
does it put in there
It
then?
eliminates
Well,
it.
what it does is it highlights. It says, "Hey, you've got one of these things here."
You
that
said
need correct."
she. Well, it was a girl. What should I use?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Well,
my god.
yeah. Well, she had a dick, so we're gonna
So-
call her a he.
Well, you guys
know?
saw the video I sent you of the Microsoft conference where
that was a
they
Google.
that was Microsoft.
It was Microsoft. There's a bunch of them out there, and
Well,
it's
the one I
all-
sent you was Microsoft.
And what was
And-
it again? Remind me.
But the thing is that they're being ridiculous. It's like the what they were saying was that they're trying to like, hi, my name is Jane. I identify as an Asian, and I'm wearing a denim skirt, and I've got a nice little.
Oh, that's right.
It's just like, really.
And then they apologize for having their corporate campus on
Indigenous land.
indigenous land, and they list like 10 Indian sounding names.
The tribes.
The tribes. I had
As
never
an
heard of them
apology,
before.
as an apology.
Yeah, we're sorry. This is your land.
Up in
And-
like Seattle
yes.
area.
And time
Wow,
for total.
exactly.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, it was ridiculous.
Shut the hell up. I'm so
These people
done.
have
I'm
lost
so
their mind. They have
done
no
with
idea
this.
how the real world works. That's all I got to say. And for those
Yeah, but
stupid
they wanted
asses,
to change the real world. That's
But,
what's happening.
you know,
and
hey, look, we're-
Microsoft sending out an update
we're
that,
not gonna
that
clap.
does this.
if you're offended or something like that, we need you to just raise your hands.
Did
And then they have an ambassador.
Not-
have you seen the Democratic
not to
Socialist
create-
Convention?
So they're trying to eliminate. They're trying to eliminate.
It's
clapping.
ridiculous.
They're trying to eliminate clapping and doing this, like putting your hands in the air, because some people might be bothered by the clapping noise.
Oh yeah,
It's too loud,
there's-
Rob. That's too loud when somebody claps.
fag. Those
Yes.
are Paul's butt cheeks.
Too loud.
So yeah, there's the
Yeah, I was
Democrat
I was
Socialist
twerking.
Convention going on, and there's videos.
I was-
And
I was-
I truly don't think these people get anything done because
I'm sorry, I've got a cough.
they have so many rules and regulations on
Yes.
how to address people. I have a moment of personal privilege.
I'm sorry. I feel uncomfortable at this point.
Yeah, someone was clapping very loudly, and I need you to please raise your hands to clap. And
well, hold on. Didn't they also talk about? And there's rooms.
yes, there are rooms
There were rooms
I'm sorry.
you could go.
with silence.
What-
I need
what
a
were
I need
they?
a cry
The
room.
room of
I need a
silence.
cry room so I can masturbate and think about all the things that I should have did to your mom last night before I came out here.
Oh, shut up.
But it was
It's
ridiculous.
No, but
ridiculous.
what did they say the rooms were for?
Well, one is for if you need silence. There's one room with video but no sound,
Right.
Yes, they did.
That's right.
and there's a
That's
room
right.
with no video and no sound. There's complete silence.
No
just like,
video.
Why would you go
This is a
to a
conference.
conference
This is a conference.
and sit in a room with nothing?
And so they wanted to let you know that if you needed a safe space or a quiet space, or if the
Well, it
sound
was-
bothered
They
you,
they gave you closed in caption.
or oh
No,
my
there's
God.
nothing. No video,
did-
nothing.
Did they have a confessional area or something? You
Yes,
could-
there was a priest in that
And there
same
was a
room.
room. And there was a room.
Unbelievable.
And there was a room for chest feeding.
Sorry, what?
Oh,
which
not
could be either
breastfeeding.
way. Yeah.
Yes, they said, and one of the rooms was for chest feeding.
Okay, not breastfeeding.
Correct.
Gotcha.
She
The
said
Bible
chest.
says breast.
And it's
Chest plate. I guess this is a chest plate of righteousness. Oh, it says breastplate.
breastplate.
Breastplate. No,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's just wrong.
But
Unbelievable.
but
Instead
there's
of red breast, it would be red chest.
right. But they
Red
have
chest.
but they have
I like
these
chests.
Yeah.
but they have these, where people get up to ask questions. They call them something stacks.
Sponsor or
Privilege stacks, I think. And what it is if there are people lined up, there has to be equal representation for each
Gender and
gender,
race.
race, whatever you got going on.
In
You
the
can't-
line.
You can't have 4 white men and then a black lady behind them. There has to be, and they have this term, and they have these, God, what are they called? I want to say, like sheriffs or something like that to manage that line.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought they were called ambassadors, or
They're not ambassadors.
They called them.
So all this does, guys, is segregate us further. Like
Well, it does.
we're not. They're doing it on the premise of inclusivity, but they're actually
Marshals.
But
called
what we're
marshals.
Marshals. Well,
But what we're actually doing is dividing us further.
Yeah, they're called marshals. They're called privileged stack
Ah.
marshals to make sure that there's not too many whites.
Or
That-
any
that,
or
that,
any
that,
whites.
that express an opinion. So you're
Correct. And
you're holding back opinions to.
yeah.
and many
Imagine that. Is that diversity? I don't think so. That's censorship.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's many identities that are invisible.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
There's what's invisible?
Many identities are invisible. One lady got up and says, I'm stressing out, and I feel that I'm not getting the proper attention. My identity is invisible, and blah, 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 blah. So there's many identities that are invisible that you just can't know.
Meaning
You just don't know.
they haven't been categorized.
You can't tell. So you look at, like, I'm looking at you.
Or they could have
Okay.
multiple personalities.
And you could be like,
disorder.
yeah, so you could be like, well,
Oh.
I actually identify as a native Indian
Although
woman.
I'm not.
So that's
Right.
invisible.
It's invisible.
Correct.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense.
So many identities are invisible.
Okay.
So you have to be careful and be inclusive to those
To the
that you
invisible.
can't even see
The
as
invisible.
well.
So how do you greet them? You're saying,
No,
"Hi,
what?
how you doing? It's nice to meet you." And any invisibleness about you,
It's ridiculous.
I appreciate.
It's absolutely
This
ridiculous.
is all a Microsoft conference? Or
No, this is the
it
Democratic Socialist Convention,
DSC.
DSC.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a Google convention.
No, it's a DSC convention.
Oh,
So pull it up, Mr. Producer.
Shut
the
the fuck
Democratic
up.
Socialist
No,
Convention.
Get the fuck outta
there
here.
was a Google convention as well that did something very similar.
yeah.
And they had some dude that had some nappy ass hair that was orchestrating and kind of putting up these rules. You can't do this. You can't do that.
Yeah, there it is.
Embarrassing. There you
Here
go.
they are. That's them right there.
DSA convention.
Yeah.
Click on the videos,
Uh-huh.
like that guy right there on the right.
Yeah, click on that
No.
butt wad. What
Yeah.
a Democratic Socialist convention is like.
Well, at least they're telling it
Personal
like,
privilege.
like it is.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload.
Oh
There's a
my
lot of
God.
whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus.
Yikes.
Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Okay.
Comrade?
Is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronoun?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Do you see he was like drooling
Quick point
on
of privilege
himself.
once again. Quick point of privilege once again.
Was that
Hi, James Jackson,
Pat or Matt?
Sacramento DSA, he, him. I have already asked people to be mindful of the chatter of their comrades who are sensitive to sensory overload, and that goes double for the heckling and the hissing.
Yeah, but he's
it is
very
also
loud.
triggering to my anxiety.
He's
Like,
very
the
loud.
Comradely isn't just for, like, let's keep things civil or whatever. It's so that people aren't going to get triggered and so that it doesn't affect their performance as a delegate, okay? Your need to express yourself is important, but your need to express yourself should not trump or
I see that no one's clapping for me. It could be because I'm not engaging, but it also is because everyone's doing this. And that's really important because those loud bursts of noise,
my
even though this is a
God.
noisy space, when we can do something like reducing that, that's really important. So please don't clap, shoot up these. We have a lot of disabled comrades, and a lot of those are invisible disabilities. You don't know
Comrades.
who it is that is having a more difficult time navigating this space, and this space
Invisible.
was not created with all of their needs in mind.
was
So
in
it's up to us
2019.
to modify that space to make sure that everybody is able to move in the ways that they need to move. And additionally, with
my
the noise
God.
issue, like avoid hissing, avoid waving banners, right?
Hissing?
Because there's all sorts of
Hissing.
things. If you don't know what to do, show up these, right? I'm sure there's lots of ways that we can communicate to each other without needing to rely on something that's going to hurt somebody else.
So
We have
let's
quiet
break this
rooms
down
that
for
are
a second.
available.
He's
There's a
got the
range of options,
general
right?
military general kind of jacket on,
Yeah, he's got a
the
military
militant
jacket on.
jacket, the little scarf that says "Hi guys, I'm ready for just about anything," and he's got the walkie-talkie in his front pocket that tells, "Hey, look, I'm controlling. I'm part of this organization. I'm probably the leader." And this screams
Unbelievable.
socialistic.
He holds up his
His little badge. All right, hit play.
It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
But it's going to be really traumatic for people if we're not making an affirmative effort to de-escalate each other and de-escalate ourselves, right? Take a deep breath.
These people wouldn't last in the
Feel
real
better?
world.
Before you
I'm
say
sorry.
anything. Don't really talk to anybody who doesn't have a credential, especially if you claim to be from the press. You have no idea who that person is. Please do not talk to anybody who identifies themselves as a member of the press without having credentials.
This guy is the most feminine, pathetic man I've ever seen.
Well, it's just fingernails aren't painted.
But thank you. We are going to be visited tomorrow by some MAGA protesters. Is there anybody here who's done abortion clinic escort work? By all means, don't talk to cops if there are cops there for any reason at all, right? And if you do see someone talking to cops, let the marshals know.
Marshals. God bless.
Okay, the marshals.
Power in collective work.
Anyway,
the Daily Caller News.
That's just a snippet. That's why I said they do this. There are so many clips of people calling personal privilege. I don't know how they got anything done.
This is what they want to do in Austin.
Yes.
Okay, they're taking their jaded Californian ideology and they're starting to spawn all these.
Austin's bad.
But they're starting. I mean, it's starting to get bad, and
It's
we
bad.
need to extinguish this before it gets worse. Really, we do, because otherwise, this state will turn fucking blue.
Yeah. Anyway, I recommend you watch more of those videos because it's hysterical. They have different people up there talking, and you can almost, some of them they're just like another one. It's like okay, and they
never get like frustrated.
They don't. I'm thinking, they want to go.
Well,
just sit down.
they're always frustrated.
Producer,
that's the problem.
Scroll down to the South Park. Down one more left. Right there. What is that? South Park Democratic Social.
They're making fun of it. This is great.
All right, let's see what they're doing. This is the same thing from the South Park lens. Democratic Social Convention.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people.
Please do not use gendered language to address
All right, this
everyone.
is actual audio.
This actual audio. This is the actual audio, and they're like making fun of it.
Avoid waving banners, right? Because there's all sorts of things. If you don't know what to do, show up these, right? I'm sure there's lots of ways that we can communicate.
Yeah, they just transposed the audio, the real audio, to the South Park characters.
Quick point of privilege once again. Hi, James Jackson, Sacramento DSA, he, him. I have already asked people to be mindful of the chatter of their comrades who are sensitive.
Oh, God.
You got to say your pronouns.
I can't do this anymore.
Anyway,
shut this off.
On your time, look at those videos because there's a lot of them. And you're thinking to yourself, what is the point of this conference? And do they get anything done?
Nothing.
Because there are so many.
Which is fine.
There are so many.
If they want to congregate and not get anything done, that's
I'm
fine.
good with that.
I'm on board with that.
There are so many personal privilege things that it seems like there are so many rules and regulations. They are just log jammed around that. They can't say anything.
It's more about existing. The ability for them to be out in public with each other.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's a bunch of people that never got any attention growing up, and so they're just bursting with the opportunity to
like
have
a fucking zit
to be the center of attention.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, to at least invoke personal privilege.
Right.
And that's about it.
Right, because they feel like they've been wronged. They're insecure people that have been wronged in life, and they had some sort of issue going on, and whatever. So,
all right, hold on. So let's back up. We were talking about movies, right?
We were. How did we go? We went way
It was probably
James
you.
Bond
It
to
was
this.
probably
How
you,
did
James Bond.
Oh yeah, then we
So
started
what is the
complaining.
Shang-Chi, the Legend of the Ten Rings about? What is that?
That's Marvel. I haven't seen it yet.
Is that a good movie? The producers with thumbs up.
I know Steven.
Because we've got this is the domestic box office 2020. Venom.
Yeah.
Let There Be Carnage.
I won't watch any of them.
What?
I don't watch any of them. None of the Marvels. I'm done.
The Black Widow.
I saw that.
That was readily available on Disney, right?
Yeah, it was on Disney.
Which was okay. F9, the Fast Saga.
Saw that. That was absolutely stupid.
And I have no idea what those are.
There's your Ghostbusters, Paul.
That's the new one coming out.
A Quiet Place.
I saw that.
Was that good?
It was all right.
I have not seen
Not
it.
as good as the first one.
So there's still a lot of movies because the big thing for me was kind of like, well, I'd be nice to go to the movies. Not that I went to the movies a lot before, but it was nice to be able to see. All right,
Well,
I want to go to the movies. What's available?
Yeah,
Is there something cool to go see?
Yeah.
And now things are starting the queue is starting to fill a little bit more.
Yeah, there's some good ones coming out, and Julie and I went saw Snake Eyes as well.
The fuck, man? Do you have a life?
Yeah, when are you doing all these movies?
Dude, this is what you get when
I
you
do it
have
at home.
no kids.
Yeah, I did it at home.
Oh,
She's
with
at
the
home.
HBO.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
So
Raya.
yeah, when you have
and
no
the
kids,
Last Dragon.
when you have, I saw that too. When you have no kids in the house, you have the time to do that. So
Go back to the top of the list. So I like I said, I was excited about the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Is there what's the
I
Ryan
was
Reynolds
excited
movie?
about Dune.
Hold on, back up. Start.
Oh, the
Ryan
Matrix.
Reynolds. Where's that? And
That's-
there's a Matrix
That's
one.
the red something.
Yeah.
No,
Whoa!
go back all the way up.
Stop. Go down. Space Jam is number 7. Shut the front door.
With LeBron.
This is not what we wanted.
No.
no,
Well, screw them.
I don't think it's true.
I don't think it's true either. They just added that in there. But go to the top because I think it's number in the top 5.
No,
Oh, I don't even see it. Okay, the
Space
red,
Jam
the red
has
whatever.
earned $70,520,000.
So the Matrix, that's another one. I want to watch the Matrix.
These movies aren't out yet. Godzilla versus Kong, I saw that. That was decent. Stupid. I saw Chaos Walking. Saw Wrath of Man. That was good. F9 was stupid. You're going too fast, dude. Haven't seen Shang-Chi yet. Haven't seen Ghostbusters. That's not even out yet.
Yeah, I'm excited about. There's 4 movies right there. Dune, after the Matrix, the Ghostbusters movie, and the one with Ryan Reynolds, the red whatever.
Suicide Squad was decent.
So those are 4 movies right there that I want to watch.
Snake Eyes was all right.
Hitman's Wife, Bodyguard.
I haven't seen that one yet. Haven't seen that one. Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. I don't even know what that is.
That doesn't sound good.
Spiral. That sounds all right. Criminal Mastermind Unleashed is
That's
twisted.
a Saw. That's a Saw movie.
Oh, never mind. I don't like movies like that.
Okay.
And Mortal Kombat. You
I
know,
saw that. That was decent.
I'm excited about some of these movies. Not necessarily all these, but I'm excited about any movie that's coming out with the way the special effects are nowadays, and you know, we can basically do anything that was like happening in the 70s, 80s, compared to right now. They can do anything. The budgets on these movie prop sets are half the amount of money they used to be. They got to be.
No, they're more money.
Well, okay. Let me put it in perspective. As far as how much money the movie's making versus the profit, in other words.
Well, a lot
Percentage of profit.
of these movies cost like $200 million these days.
Well, yeah, but a lot of these no. Like for example, right now the Legends of the Ten Rings, currently they're at $250 million. Is how much money
cost?
they've made.
How much
As
did
far
it
as
cost?
what they brought in?
Well, it's for much money as they brought in, but I don't know how much money they cost. I wouldn't think it cost that much.
Yeah, they do.
Why?
All the
You
special
feel
effects.
very confident about that, but
Yes.
why do you feel comfortable?
Because of the special effects. You know how many people it takes?
No.
You ever watch the credits?
No,
It's unbelievable.
How many people they employ to do this?
no. So
It
that'd be a
is
good topic.
Thousands.
You know, that's what makes me say, when you see a really bad movie, like a really bad movie, I'm thinking to myself, there were hundreds of people involved in this movie.
Yes.
Hundreds of them.
Yep.
And you,
Yeah, well,
and first off, you got past the
but they're all this is
screenplay review. You got
Sony
past
is
all this
a
stuff.
major proponent of a lot of these movies, and I guarantee they don't pay their fucking people money.
Wow.
No, there's unions, so they get paid.
Yeah. No.
All I'm trying to figure out
Every
is,
movie is millions of dollars. Every single movie.
Sure, but
All these big budget
when
ones.
you were talking about Tom Cruise a couple of shows ago, and he was just like, "Hey man, look, I got $45 million on the line for this movie."
No, his
All
movies cost $200 million.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he said it. We were all here. He said it. $45 million.
Well, he didn't pay for all of it then.
No.
Okay.
No, his movie cost more. That's a low budget movie these days.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
$45 million.
Where the hell are you coming up with those numbers?
I read.
He reads.
Yeah, you do.
He's a good reader.
I would still
Yeah.
like to know how you came up with those numbers, though.
Oh, Tom Cruise? Is it?
Like the Eternals. Like the Eternals. I bet that cost $200 million.
Yep.
That's how much it costs.
Or at least like 150, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over 100.
Well, that was actually going somewhere with that conversation, but I kind
we
of
don't know
forgot
where.
because you kind of chopped the legs off
Is this
of it.
the end music?
This is
or
the
what?
end
It is.
music,
okay.
yeah. And it gets louder, and we get
Yeah.
louder. We just talk over it.
Anyway, I think that's
Okay.
it.
Anyway, this was a lot of fun tonight. I enjoyed this.
A little silly.
Yeah, very good.
We got silly with the bourbon, so we're a little saucy. So you guys have a good night. Dudes Like Us, it's his November 10.
Yeah. And once again, thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. And I'm Paul.
Have a good day at work tomorrow.
Yeah, right?
This is Sean.
And I'm Jeff.
I'm Paul.
And Rob.
This is Sean.
All right. Good night, everybody.
This is Sean.